those ancestors, that was the mountain. And then all the other flora and fauna that came after them some 200 million years ago, we industrialized with flowers, plants, and trees. Brought in all the great. Also, in this region of the USA, the region called Appalachia, is one of the most diverse biologically of regions in the world. The whole Appalachian chain goes straight from Maine and parts of Canada all the way down into Alabama. The whole Appalachian region of the mountains. So we wanted to pay homage and pay constant reverence to those that flow upon the mountains and rivers. Here in Richmond, out in Lexington, water from rivers. Sharing that Kentucky has one of the most diverse watersheds.
It's the largest in the world.
Kentucky has more miles of water, running water, than any state except the United States except Alaska.
And a couple years ago, we formed what's called the Common Seed Commons. On the table there, a bunch of different industry and symbolize the Common River. The Clear Water is about an hour from here, from home, Kentucky. We go through Tennessee, and here's where our son came down with me. And we live at
Kingsville.
Kingsville.
Oh, yeah, Kingsville, yeah.
Okay.
South Tennessee, and wrapped around, I'm my friend now, wrapped around Al Gore's farm. Matter of fact, my sister-in-law Ivy here, she and I were down there with some of our family members last April, visiting Katy Fort Farm. The river meanders right around their property before it comes back into Kentucky, and it journeys back again. I'm a pickle Ivy, by the way. It kind of comes close to the Martin Acres Farm in Williamsburg County before it goes on in Ohio near Paducah to the Cumberland River. And we were speaking earlier about the importance of connecting with river systems. That humans, would settle near water. A river, Lexington, we've all, many of us have had town branch. We're now unearthing, now they're beautifying, whatever else. So we pay homage to those ancestors who were water ancestors. And of course, we came out of the ocean, and we would replicate life out of the ocean because when we're in the womb, at about 4 months, we have a gill slip, so it lines up the rest of the county. So what I want to do in honoring ancestors on this land is where our folks were brought around the year 1500. So we claim land stewardship since 1800. We came here, learned the land, learned to love the land, learned the flora and the fauna, and I'll say one of the ways to symbolize land stewardship, I say that the grandmamas were out in the fields, some of them 9 months pregnant, dropping babies in the field. And then my cousin next door, Tiffany, was a midwife and doula. Many of us had capacity. So we had in those fields the grandmama doulas who would help the women give birth in the field. And get them babies, cut off and cord wrapped and whatever else, and maybe put back here, and they would say, now get back to work. But those placenta, those afterbirth, were all in the soil here. So we're saying that if the grandmamas were in the field working, we claim stewardship because they still working. Not just we bought the land in 1809 from those. So anyway, what I want to do, you all probably have some kind of stories about that with family and ancestors. So I want to kind of begin this 3/4 plus 1 birthday celebration with just kind of going around and sharing, think about yourself, whatever you want to say, and just lifting up all these elements, these divine elements that make human life on this continent. There's an order to the universe. There's a divine order to the universe, and our work is trying to get ourselves back into resonance with this divine order. Right now, we're way out of kilter, we're way out of balance. So, that's kind of, so my this farm is about 30 acres, part of a community. Plus Street was a church we helped found back in 1850. We recognized in the enslavement, the race came together, and gathered together in family and community was to have church service. For the oral history, that service began in 1850, which evolved into the church over here. Down the road here was Montalban School, where our great-grandparents taught at. And then down the road was where my great-grandparents lived, and the grandparents, my mom and her siblings grew up about a mile down the road. This house here was built by my great-uncle, my grandmother's brother. But all this area here was a black community, post-Civil War, and we knew that we had to build community. To survive and thrive, it required community, not just one. So that's what we do on your continent, a community, because we knew we had to gather in sizable numbers to be able to survive the aftermath, especially after the Civil War. Troops were taken out and then allowed to move back to the that kind of period of time. So again, I'm just saying that you all know me. I call myself an agrarian, intellectual activist following the tradition. I feel blessed to be residing here. And this house was built in the 40s. It was built largely on the front porch. You see some pieces of wood, they're ammo boxes, or used to be ammo boxes. This house was built, outside walls, inside walls were built from the ammo boxes that my great uncle who worked at the Army depot was allowed to bring home, which is how it was built in the 40s and replaced the house that was built here probably around 1890. Kind of history of the house. So my point is that when I was a kid, we'd come here to church service, family reunions, roll down the hill, it was full of people, stories, that kind of thing are being told here. So every day when I wake up, I hear these voices. Get your ass up and get the work done. Okay? Come on, today what you gonna do? You gotta tell our story, okay? Make this land, productive, or do whatever. Let's get it and get some work done. Okay? My voices out here and here all the time. And the essay I had on the table there in the book called The Harvest Book was an essay about those voices that speak to me. So I came back here to do elder care. We got my aunt and uncle next door, who were both, at that time, 90 years old. These jokers, after the 5th year, we said, man, we got to go. We got to cross the Tree Jordan. We got to, go to the other side. We've been called home. I said, y'all going to go where? Them jokers died on me about a year apart. I said, well, you got to go, you got to go. In 94, 95, and they both died in the house. Actually, stole this. Literally, just tell me. Work hard, that kind of thing. So, we come back and do elder care of them and the house. I was about 90 years old. It requires all kind of work, that kind of thing. That's kind of the setting here. So let's go this way. And we'll kind of, or if you feel, raise your hand. It doesn't have to be exact figure. But, point to begin so your son can come in.
I am thankful for seeing in a variety of ways that he community person, and like many people, my mother from that point of view. said storyteller, and I just thought I can't claim to know anything about it. I'm not really a wine drinker, so but you know, I said, oh, this looks like him.
Maybe that's what it'll take to get him started.
Okay. Well, I'm Ivy. I'm Jim's sister-in-law, in love, whatever. It's been a while since he's been officially a part of the family, but I always kind of laugh because if I send out invitations to everybody in the family, including Jim, he's usually the first one to respond. You know, nobody else. You know, I may or may not hear from other people, but if he can't even, you know, even if he can't make it, he's going to say, "Hey, thanks for the invite. I can't make it or whatever." So you know, I was available to show up today, so I felt like I needed to come in and see you receive your award and continue to wish you a happy birthday. A lot of times I miss his birthday because my twins are on the 21st, so you know, there's usually a little bit of conflict, but this year it kind of worked out again. But I am, I guess I'm a product of my family's legacy, particularly on my mother's side. I know a little bit about my father's side of the family, but not that much because his dad died when he was still pretty young. And so I grew up in Chattanooga, Tennessee, but I guess my roots run deep in Western Kentucky and Muhlenberg County. We're really fortunate to be able to still own the first 125 acres that were given to our family. I don't even want to say given, were earned by my great grandfather. Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to get the. I'm fifth generation, and so he had an opportunity to buy himself out of slavery, and this was about 1863, somewhere in there. And he refused to do so until he could also buy his wife out of slavery. And so the interesting thing was he had an opportunity to buy himself out of slavery. So that implies that somewhere he was earning some money, and you know, working with his slave owner. Somehow he was.
Do you know what he did?
Gather money.
Do you know what his? I mean, did he have a? Was he
I
blacksmith?
don't know
Okay.
exactly, other than farming.
Okay.
You know, but anyway, he was able to when he bought himself out, he was given 125 acres, and from that he bought additional acreage, and then his son Finest bought even more acreage, and a lot of that original acreage we still have. We at one point, my grandfather had expanded the farm to almost 1,000 acres, and we had oil on the land, so there's lots of oil leases and things like that to contend with. But it was a full community, kind of like Jim was describing around here with the church. There was a Rosenwald school. You know, the different families. You know, my mom would always describe how they would leave their house, walk up the hill, pick up the Joneses, pick up the Bards, as they walked on to school. But the fortunate thing is when there are so many families, particularly African American families, that are losing their land, we are so blessed right now to be able to still have almost 700 acres that we own. And so kind of my mission right now is to try to help leave a legacy for my granddaughters, so that they can see value in maintaining what we have. It's not just so much because that's where my mom grew up or whatever, but it's because no more land is being made. Okay, and so fortunately, we've got something there, and so we've got to figure out how do we make it appealing enough for future generations to continue to hold on to that land, because it's real easy for some people to just sell, because because, you know, it sounds like it's a lot of money for now, but, you know, you can't buy that history back. So, anyway, that's kind of my story a little bit.
You want me? Well, I'm here as a representative of the National Association of Black Storytellers, and we're honored to be here today to both recognize Jim and be a part of the journey, part of the story. And Jim, as you know, has become one of our fellows this year, and along with Queen, our journey and mission coming from Mama Linda is this recognition of the significance of our journey in Appalachia, specifically Black Appalachian storytelling that's been pushed aside, submerged, dismissed, ignored, and overwritten by so many other stories. And I'm listening to her admonition, as Jim started out, to recognize we tell the stories of the butterflies, the bees, the birds, the trees, the rivers, the rocks, the rills, the hills. We recognize Mother Nature. We recognize in our bones, our DNA, this connection. And we're finding through our other storytellers too, that is a theme that runs through not only our Appalachian heritage and culture, but also our connection to the mother continent. What we bring from our African root. We are branches on that tree. And Mama Linda wanted to make sure that we know that and that we celebrate it and we don't let it get under a bushel. As you know, Jim is the part of the third group of storytellers that have been given this award, this fellowship award. And we had 6 the first year, 6 the second year, and now this is another 6. And it is added to me being able to understand really who we are as a cultural concept and the resurgence of our agricultural root. And we were talking about seeds, and Jim's planting seeds. I live personally at the headwaters of the Potomac River. I have 3 acres there that I guard, and I feel a guardianship toward. And I thought, well, maybe I'm the only one. Maybe I'm the only one in Appalachia who really feels this connection. And what I've been able to learn very deeply is how many others do. Not only have it, but are guardians of it. And when Mama Linda was my first storytelling teacher. And we were doing last night, night before, whether it was a song or a game, all hit, 5, 10, 15, 20, all hit. And we're learning to count. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, all hit. All hit. All hit. All hit. All hit. All hit. And as we were sharing stories and games and songs and things that united us, we were learning through our games and stories our values. We were learning the cultural language that united us and helped us to become human, not just two-legged. And so it's an honor here to be with Jim. I know Jim pulled out the award he has over there, and I'm just a storyteller here today to share how special Jim's story is to the whole. Not only because of the legacy he has and the land that he has, but his drive for interconnectivity. So if you pass that around, you'll see it is a gourd. This is handmade by one of our other artists that we have enjoyed getting to know. So it's a special, unique, handmade, one of a kind, with a cowtail switch. It represents some of the traditions that we have, the passing of an authority. This is an elder who deserves to have this recognition. And the cowtail switch is one of those representatives of the National Association of Black Storytellers. So that we are recognizing the beauty, the importance, the significance of the work that is being done. And so he's gathering under his wings, like the sheltering wings of an old mother hen. The hills hover around me and my heart starts to mend. You see that hen pulling her little ones in to protect, to love, to cherish, to guide, to say, oh, no, don't eat that, eat that. That's gonna be good for you. And so we share learning, we share community. It's not about one, as you said. It's our collaborative energies. We've learned that now also. NABS is recognizing and needing to expand the sense of we need we, and that is one of our next challenges in vision, how we do that. And all of our storytellers are part of it. They're doing it in different ways. We've seen more children being brought in, not only to the fold, but to the storytelling itself. Mother and son, Felicia and her 10-year-old this time, added to her 16-year-old. And when we got to interview Beverly down in Asheville, her daughters were a part of the story, supporting her. We're seeing people like Janice Cooley in Lewisburg uplift her entire community and transform it. And Jim has been able to build a bridge there and go and visit Janice. And so the storytellers are finding a way to build bridges and weave together. That's what Mama Linda is so proud of, and she wants you to know how proud she is of the work you're doing and what you are looking forward to as we go forward. So though I can't be official, I'm not official, I'm just the liaison, but I wanted to make sure that you understand the significance not only of the award, but the award itself is its own work of art, and that it's made by loving hands who's connected to the ground. Her name is Dr. Jennings, and she has a yoga retreat area. Is it in Virginia? Virginia. And this is some of the kinds of things that she is doing now, is her contemplation or meditation. Her art is using things from the earth to represent who we are as a people and how we are to be connected to the past as well as the future. That Sankofa lives with us, Baba, as he calls you, Baba Jem. So
and the grant, and it's funded by South Art. The Black Appalachian Storyteller Fellowship is funded by South Arts and Mid-Atlantic. Jim comes under South Arts in Kentucky.
They combined their efforts because they saw the goal was that the project was worthy. They expanded it, and then they expanded it again, so that it was more respectful of what was happening and needed to happen. So South Arts joined in with Mid-Atlantic so that we had 6 states represented and not just 3. Mm-hmm. So may we continue to move in beautiful ways together with our stories, supporting not only Jim, but now we have his sons who are doing this work, and their friends who are doing this work, and another generation that is doing this work, and building a collaborative force. And others said, it's a movement now, so we wanted to keep it moving. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Oh.
Queen, you have to talk.
Peace and blessings. My name is Queen Noor, and I am the 14th president of the National Association of Black Storytellers. They are on number 18, I think now. I'm also the director, co-director of the Adaptive Teleprogram. We have a festival every year, the National Black Storytelling, the In the Tradition National Black Storytelling Festival and Conference. Each year it's in a different urban area, and this year's in Atlanta, November 19th through the 20th, but we go even before then, starting on the Monday before and we place storytellers in the schools where we are. Not only schools, but community centers, juvenile detention centers, senior centers, libraries. So we place them throughout the community, and that program's been going on. And it was first founded in South Carolina by the second president of